Hey, it's Kim. Thanks so much for tuning into today's video. I am so excited to be participating in the Paper and Pen Girls Planner Tips collab. There are so many amazing planner YouTubers participating in this year's collaboration where we'll all be giving our tips on how to prevent a planner rut or a planner funk. I'll have all of the channels linked down in the description box below so you can check out all of those videos as they're published over the course of this month. And thanks to Stephanie from Squared Plans, she just published her video on how to get out of a planner rut, and she tossed it over to me where I'm now going to share my tips and tricks for preventing and getting out of planner ruts or planner funks. And again, after you watch this video, don't forget to go back and look at all the other videos from all the other participants in this collaboration. All right, so let's talk about it. Planner ruts, planner funks, are they even the same thing? What are they? I tend to believe that they are different. For me personally, I would define a planner funk as a time when my planner is just not inspiring to me. I'm feeling a little bit bored, feeling a little bit blah about the whole planner thing. Whereas a planner rut is something where I just don't want to plan at all. I don't want to be in a planner. I don't want to see a planner. I don't want to know a planner. I just don't want to plan at all. So I do feel like they're kind of two different things, and definitely a planner funk could lead into a planner rut. I think we've all probably experienced it. If you've been into plannering for any amount of time, we've likely all experienced times where we just weren't inspired, times where we just didn't feel like it, we just didn't want to. And while it's important to honor those times in our lives, it's also important to understand that there could be some outside triggers that are causing them. And sometimes we want to avoid those things. So I can say that personally, I've experienced a planner funk specifically last year when I was using vertical weekly layouts. So I tried a vertical weekly layout in Hobonichi Cousin. I tried it in the Wonderland 222, and I do have a few videos about those that are linked down below. And I tried to make a vertical weekly layout work for me. I looked up other inspiration pics on Instagram, other YouTubers who were showing how they used it, and I tried several different layouts within that vertical weekly layout, and none of them really stuck for me. So that's when I just had to throw in the towel and admit defeat that the vertical weekly is just not my jam. It's not for me, and going through that time period, I definitely was in a bit of a planner funk. I just wasn't inspired. I didn't like it. I didn't like to look at it every time I opened up my planner. But I did try to get through that by looking at inspiration pics from others. That was extremely helpful for me to look at other styles. Maybe there were things that I wasn't considering in how I used that layout, to look at other styles to see how people were kind of even revamping the entire vertical layout to look like a horizontal layout. And then I was like, well, what's the point? You might as well just be using a horizontal layout. But I digress. I use that inspiration to kind of lead me and guide me out of that planner funk. Now, have I ever experienced a planner rut? I most certainly have experienced a planner rut. I can think of two occasions, and maybe you can relate. Well, one, the most recent, was at the beginning of, the times that we all had to quarantine, we all had to stay home. There were far less plans. And I was like, I'm not doing anything but laundry. So what is the point of me opening my planner? So that was a bit of a planner rut because of things outside of my control. But aside from that, I have definitely experienced a rut when I felt like my planner was too overwhelming for me. So that's when I felt I just didn't want to open my planner at all. Didn't want to see what was going on. I didn't want to know about an appointment. I didn't want to know about a task list or a to-do list. It just felt way too overwhelming. And in looking into that further, I realized it was primarily because I had too much going on in my planner. I had work stuff in there, I had business stuff, I had personal stuff, I had kids stuff, I had finances, I had all those things in one planner. So it just really felt overwhelming. When I would open it up, it just felt like all the work tasks were staring at me, all the business tasks were staring at me. I didn't need that kind of attention from my planner. So that was something that felt overwhelming, and it made me want to avoid opening the planner entirely. So I would say my most important takeaway that I've experienced, or that I've learned from the experience of going through a planner rut, is to compartmentalize all of the planning areas of my life. And I know that it might sound a bit counterintuitive. So I feel overwhelmed by all the things that I have to plan, so I'm going to create more planners. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, or it doesn't sound like it makes a whole lot of sense, but for me it worked. So I needed to have a separate work planner, a separate business planner, a separate home planner, and a personal planner. And it really worked because I'm only opening that business planner when I want to. I'm only opening that home and finance planner when I feel like it, when I have the energy. I'm working on this energy that I have available, and if I have the energy for it, that's when I'm going to do it. I just don't want it presented before me at a time where I'm not ready for it. So separating everything out into separate planners was extremely helpful in managing or getting out of that planner rut. And I can say I successfully have not experienced a rut since then. And that was probably 2 to 3 years ago. I went through a little stint where I tried to do one of those Franken planners and a happy planner, where you have all the different sections of your life inside of this one planner. And I feel like the efficiency focused, side of my brain, that makes absolute sense. It sounds mind-blowing. It sounds life-affirming, life-changing, but it just didn't work for me. It was too much in one place. I accepted defeat and I moved on. So that was something that I learned from that period of time. And that is one of my biggest tips for how to avoid a planner rut. If you feel overwhelmed, separate everything out. Your planner should be a place where you feel inspired, a place where you can explore your creativity. Like I said, looking at other YouTubers and people on Instagram with how they plan, how they use their systems, can always inspire you to make your system the most functional for you. And even if you are a person who doesn't use a lot of stickers, you can still get a lot of inspiration from those who do. So don't, shun all those other people who maybe don't plan like you. You never know where your inspiration might come from. So my current system is comprised of 4 planners. I went over them in a recent 2022 planner lineup video that you can check out. I'll have it linked down below and up in the cards. So you can check that out to kind of see what my planner system looks like at the moment. So those are my 4 main planners. Of course, because we love planners, there might be others strewn about throughout my life, where I want to give them a try, or I just want to explore that creativity. And like I said, it should be a place where you feel comfortable, where you can explore creativity. And that's exactly how I feel about the planners that I have in my life. I truly hope that these tips were helpful in helping you to define a planner funk or a planner rut, and also how to identify ways to prevent them in your own planner journey. Next up in this collab is Alyssa from Scrappy Wife Blog. Be sure to head over to her channel to see what her tips are for avoiding a planner rut. I'll have that linked down in the description box, as well as the links to all the other people who are participating in the Paper and Pen Girls collab this year. And don't forget, head over to Tamra's channel. That's the Paper and Pen Girl. I'll have it linked below. On December 26th, she'll be hosting a giveaway. So that's only in a few days. Be sure to head over there, and she's going to give you all the details on how to enter and what's included in that giveaway. This has been a great experience, and I had so much fun participating in this Planner Tips collaboration. Thank you so much for watching today's video. And if you have any tips on how to bust those planner ruts or anything, don't forget to leave them down in the comments below. I'd like to really start up a conversation on how we can get over this, because I know we all experience it. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.